This is a simple video to explain the differences between IME 314 and IME 315. And I'll go through some of the differences, and at the end I'm hoping your department will be able to decide if you would like to switch the IME 314 to IME 315 in the curriculum. So first of all, both courses are 3 units, so the switch is not going to impact your total unit load at all, but the content is shifting a bit. So the way I'm going to explain that is by going through the topics in IME 314 and showing you what will be different in 315. So in Engineering Economy, we cover the evaluation of the financial impact of projects over time. So it's always an investment that then pays out over multiple years, and being able to evaluate whether that's going to be a good investment or not. And oftentimes this is done on an after-tax basis with considerations of depreciation, taxation, and timing of expenses. In addition, we cover sensitivity analysis around many of the major assumptions in these projects. There's also consideration of various taxation methods and inflation, and then depreciation. So taxation and depreciation have to do affect after-tax cash flow. But in the United States, there's only one method of depreciation that is used by the IRS, but historically this class have covered various types of depreciation methods. So in the new class, IME 315, we will be covering the evaluation of evaluation of projects over time, just like we did before. We're going to be covering sensitivity analysis. So we'll be covering how various changes in some of the variables will impact the viability of the project. But we won't be covering anything associated with those last 2 items. And that's mostly because there's really pretty much just given methods for doing that. Inflation is not a huge issue in our economy right now, and so it won't be covered. But we will be covering Excel or using spreadsheets programs to do this evaluation. And this is because this is really how it's done in industry. We don't look up things in tables anymore like we've been teaching historically in engineering economy. We use Excel to do those calculations and formulas in Excel. So we'll be strongly Excel based. In addition, we're going to be covering a sort of another metric of financial decision-making, which is the standard cost. So if you make something, you'll want to understand what's the labor and the material and the overhead associated with that particular product. And theoretically, the standard cost then can be compared to the price, the revenue of the item, and that'll help you make financial decisions. The last thing we're going to be adding to this class is interpreting financial statements. So both net earnings and balance sheets, and that is a typical thing that a manager might need to understand, is how do you measure the profitability of a firm. So it's our belief in industrial engineering that this is going to be a better course, and it's going to include some of the content from engineering economy class, IME 314, but we're going to be eliminating the many of the unnecessary things because we'll be using Excel for this. We're also going to add the standard cost because it's a very useful metric when you're evaluating, especially if you're entrepreneurs. If you're creating a product, it's good for you to know how much the thing costs. And also, when our students become managers, they'll need to understand financial performance, and that's why net earnings and balance sheets are going to be a good addition. So if we compare and contrast, the main thing is that IME 315 is still a 3-unit course. At some point, we're going to be offering a full line. We, meaning the IME department, will be offering a fully online summer course, so students can take this during the summer. One of the things is that some of the content that's included, the FEEIT associated with engineering economy, has been dropped from IME 315, so that might be a bit of a disadvantage for some of the departments, although a lot of the content is still covered, but not all of it. Now, just a little bit of background is the way that we went about doing this is we asked many alumni. In this case, 62 responded, and these are alumni that have been out for multiple years. Some of them are many of them are managers. We asked them the importance of the learning objectives in IME 314 and in IME 239, which is the place where we covered financial statements and standard costing. We asked them to rank those and to tell us what the most important, and what we ended up doing is developing the IME 315 based on that input. Now, I know you can't really read all of this, but I'm just trying to show you that we felt like we did a thorough analysis. So the question is, we'll continue offering 314, Engineering Economy, or you students can take 315, Financial Decision Making for Engineers. And the purpose of this video is to explain it to you and then to actually ask you to respond and say, in your department, which would you prefer?